Nós estamos aqui.
We are in front of Adventist University of Mozambique. It is located in Beira, which is near the center of the country and right of the sea. The story of how we arrived here is interesting. I was a theology professor in Faama, the Adventist University of the Amazon, near Belém, Brazil. Malu, my wife, was the educational coordinator in the same institution. We were very comfortable. But then I received an email inviting me to teach at the Adventist University of Mozambique. I was uncertain at first. I had never thought about overseas mission. What would it be like? How would my family adjust? Many things went through my mind, but I had to share the news with my wife first.
When he told me about the email, I responded, "Really? Let's go. Let's go right away."
Malu's response caught Dr. Geraldo by surprise. Part of him hoped she would turn down the invitation, but when she immediately accepted it, he saw it as God's approval to go. When they arrived, the university campus was in decay, and the students and staff lacked the most basic necessities like food.
This is a charcoal oven. You put the charcoal below and the pan on top. It is a typical oven in this nation. One day, I found a school worker cooking rice in a small pan with a bit of cabbage on top. I asked him if that was his only meal for the day. The man said, "Yes, this is my only meal today." So I asked him if that was going to be enough to feed him, and he said, "Oh no, this is not just for me, it is for me and 2 other people."
Dr. Geraldo returned to his office in tears. He and Malu knew the students couldn't study and learn on empty stomachs, so they prayed together for God to provide. He answered their prayer through a missionary who donated funds to start a cafeteria. Now the university serves daily meals to students and staff. Many other positive changes are happening at the Adventist University of Mozambique. New school buildings and fields of study have been added, and the student body has doubled in 2 years. The campus church was dilapidated and the roof leaked when it rained, but now it has been renovated. A new library was built and books were donated, and the university has now received the highest level of accreditation in Mozambique. The faculty has also developed a mission institute to equip students for mission in action.
After lunch on Sabbath, students come here to receive training. Then they are divided into groups to visit children, elderly, former members of the Adventist Church, and the sick, giving Bible studies as they go. Visiting the surrounding area has greatly impacted both the community and the lives of the students. Some people we reach out to have already accepted Jesus and were baptized.
In the previous year alone, this program has strengthened the faith of many, even resulting in 17 baptisms, and the excitement for mission continues to grow.
We aim to develop a fully mission-minded university that prepares students to fulfill God's mission for us.
God can use us, even in simple ways. God has used us, and we feel like we're making a difference here.
But there are still many challenges ahead. Students and staff at the Adventist University of Mozambique now pray for funds to expand the food and nutrition department with a hands-on learning environment. Their goal is to hold health expos so they can share the health message with the community. Please pray for cross-cultural missionaries like Dr. Geraldo and Malu, who are serving in remote parts of the world. Pray also for the goals of the Adventist University of Mozambique. And thank you for your support of Adventist Mission. Something went terribly wrong as Vitalina prepared to give birth to her second child in Sao Tome and Principe, a tiny island nation off the coast of West Africa. She began to bleed heavily, and the doctors mistakenly gave her the wrong type of blood during a blood transfusion. The baby was born safely, but Vitalina suffered a severe infection in her legs. To save her life, the doctors amputated both legs. Vitalina was just 19 years old. After this tragedy, Vitalina's husband left her for another woman. Depression overwhelmed her, and she considered suicide.
I felt a lot of pain, and I asked God, "Let me die. Please kill me, God, because I cannot live with this pain." But God had a purpose, a plan for me, so He allowed me to live.
Vitalina worked hard not to burden her family. She sewed to pay the bills, and the people who assisted her with house chores she couldn't do. After some time, a Seventh-day Adventist woman who washed Vitalina's clothes got sick.
I wanted to find another person, but the woman said, "Don't worry, I am going to ask church members to come wash your clothes." At that time, I wasn't an Adventist, so I told her not to do it. But she didn't listen. She asked people at church, and they came and washed some of my clothes.
When a group of Adventist girls arrived at Vitalina's home to help with washing clothes, she only gave them some of her clothes and told them that was all. But eager to help, the girls decided to look through the house for more items to clean. Then they took her clothes to the river and sang as they washed.
They washed and washed, and then they invited me to an evangelistic meeting. I attended it and decided to accept Jesus.
After her baptism, Vitalina was eager to share her new faith. She told her personal testimony to everyone who would listen. "Look at me," she told people who stopped by her home. "God is working in me, and I'm able to work. God is wonderful, and you need to trust Him." Through her witnessing, Vitalina convinced 7 people to go with her to the closest Adventist church. She even paid their bus fare for weeks. All 7 people are now baptized members of the Adventist church. Vitalina also organized a Bible study group outside her home, and 6 more people were baptized. Soon she led 40 people to baptism, including 2 of her children. Church leaders began drafting plans to open a church in her neighborhood. Lacking funds to buy land, the church accepted an offer from Vitalina to build a temporary structure outside her house.
I used to go to the closest Adventist church, but it was still far. Now I feel happy about this. I feel content because it's much closer now. It was expensive to visit there, and I needed people to take me there because I couldn't go alone.
This humble church is made of people who are on fire for mission. After the Sabbath service each week, they go out the door singing and shaking each other's hands. As Vitalina shakes each hand, she is reminded that God will one day give us victory over everything that leaves us helpless.
I pray for this community that we may win them for Christ. There are still a lot of people here who need Christ. This is my mission.